Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Twisted Tarot. My name is Shelby, and I'll be doing a general monthly reading for April. I will also be looking into the energies that would have come up for January, February, and March. When I started this channel earlier this year, I had every intention of doing general readings every month for all the zodiac signs, but I work freelance and I can't control my schedule, so I was not able to do any recordings the last 3 months. Moving forward, I will post as many videos as I can. But if you enjoy my style of reading, I hope you'll subscribe so you can actually see me come up on your feed. I will be fighting against the algorithms. I will be using several decks for this reading, so I'll list them all in the description box below. I'm also going to leave a link where you can get your natal chart done. If this does not resonate with you as Sagittarius Sun, you can check out what your signs under Moon, Rising, and Venus are, and check out those readings instead. So while I'm shuffling, feel free to send me your psychic energy. I do not believe that time or location affects these readings because this is a psychic space. Sagittarius, for the month of April, what is the general theme? Sagittarius. Oops, fiery Sag. April. Okay, the card at the bottom of the deck, we have Seven of Cups, which is giving us our theme for the month. The one I pulled here, this is our twist or surprise. I will look at that later. So Seven of Cups talks about choices. Maybe too many choices. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. But the overall energy for this card is being a little bit overwhelmed because there's so many choices. Sometimes having a lot of choices is a good thing. But let's combine that with the Lenormand cards. We have the mice and birds. Very interesting. So the mice talks about the slow disintegration or the gnawing away or little bits, coming off, fraying. And then the birds talks about chatter, nervousness, gossip, this sort of thing. Both of these cards are very much linked to the Seven of Cups because this is, a little bit too much to make a solid choice. This is a lot of chatter, and this is, whenever we don't make a choice, sometimes the choice is made for us, or those options become unavailable because we didn't move. So let's see how this idea plays out with your reading for the month. So the High Priestess is your current state, and this obviously is affected by the past. The High Priestess is very much about intuition. Might have to do with dreams. The High Priestess is basically the person who guards the veil to the other dimension, the veil to the Akashic records, to the universal unconscious. So this is the most intuitive card that you can get. Right now, you're obviously feeling very intuitive. You might be getting gut feelings about lots of things. But let's see what came up for you in January, February, and March. See if it can relate to this High Priestess card at all. So at the beginning of the year, you had Seven of Pentacles, which talks about seeing progress, but not quite being where you want to be. The World talks about having many opportunities. The world is at your fingertips. Really, the paths are numerous, a lot like the Seven of Cups. And then in March, you had the Four of Pentacles, which talks about planning for the future, um, potentially saving things or building things up, planning, keeping things close, keeping things protected. Just by the 3 cards that came up for your first quarter, it looks like you were planning for something, like planning for the future. So if that has anything to do with what you're feeling in your gut right now, then, that's it. And then in April, I pulled the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow progress towards a goal, but absolute progress. So let's see if that sort of energy comes up for the rest of the reading. What surrounds you right now, so this is energy outside of you, is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a very logical sort of energy, reliable leadership, a little bit unemotional, but very good decision making. What is coming towards you? We have the Moon. The Moon is very much related to the High Priestess, and it's another major arcana. So your intuition is on fire this month for sure. And this means that, later on in April, you're going to get something that makes you feel a little bit uncertain. Your spidey senses might be tingling. You might have some issues with sleep or dreams. So keep that in mind. And anytime, stuff is changing in our reality or within ourselves, dreams tend to be triggered. And another major arcana. Sagittarius April, it looks like it's going to be a pretty monumental month for you. We have 3 major arcanas here. The Magician is the card of manifestation, of knowing how to use all the tools in your tool shed. But this is also, the Magician has all the tools that can be used in tarot. So mind, emotions, action, and physical manifestations. Something big is potentially happening for you by the end of the month. Let's see if we can get an idea of what this big thing is. The High Priestess as your current energy. Why do we have the High Priestess here? Can we get an idea of what the intuitions are about? Why is the High Priestess here? Two of Pentacles talks about life-work balance, or choosing between 2 things. Because it's Pentacles, it's, your physical manifestations, your physical world. The Queen of Wands is very passionate, very creative, very confident, knows what she wants, goes after it. And then the Hanged Man is being in a state of standstill. But this is a place where you can actually get a different perspective. And that's what the High Priestess does. She's always introspecting and getting a different perspective from things. So, like right off the hop right now, it doesn't look like it's anything specific about work or relationship. So far, it looks like this is like your own kind of mental state, or the way that you think about yourself, or just how you kind of sit among your peers. Yeah, so it looks like right now you're contemplating whether or not to come out of this kind of hanged man state. Interesting. So why is the King of Pentacles in Sagittarius's surrounding energy? What is this? You might be looking to somebody else for mentorship on how to become a solid leader. There may have been a disappointment where you thought you could have done something a certain way and it didn't work out. And now you're looking to other successful people to avoid this type of mistake again. Three of Swords, a lot of people think it's heartbreak, but Swords is thoughts, it's negative thinking, it's being trapped in that sort of headspace, or learning, about other people's misgivings. 10 of Pentacles is a card of financial success, but also family legacy. Having so much that you have, enough to share. And that is the state that the King of Pentacles is in, always. And then the Emperor embodies all of the kings. So this guy has all the tools that all the kings have, all the leadership qualities that the king has. The issue with the Emperor is he can be a little bit too much. He can be a little bit in his ego. So if this is the energy that surrounds you, you might be dealing with powerful people. This might be a little bit of a warning that if if you're dealing with emperors and kings, you need to adapt that sort of attitude as well. Don't think you're less than the powerful people around you. Okay, the moon in what is coming towards you. Why is the moon here? Okay, you might be doubting like your own position or self-worth or this sort of thing. You want abundance. That's what this Nine of Cups is about. It's wish fulfillment and abundance, emotional well-being. The Strength talks about loving yourself and having faith in yourself. And then the Three of Pentacles is a card of collaboration, mastery, doing really high quality work. So there is some sort of confusion, potentially around a collaboration. Stay true to yourself. Like this card here is basically telling you, stay true to yourself. And the moon and your initial card, the High Priestess, is really telling you to follow your intuition. So if I bring it back to the theme, without even going here, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of confusion, but it looks like your gut already knows what's going on. Now, as the outcome is the Magician. It looks like by the end of the month, whatever this excess, whatever the noise is, you're going to cut it out. You're going to figure it out. And you're going to be able to manifest something, make something solid at the end of the month. So let's see if we can get an idea of what you're going to be manifesting. What is the Magician making? A decision is definitely going to be made. There's going to be some sort of forward movement, but it looks like you're holding back and either learning something or watching how other people do things, or people are going to be watching you. The Page of Swords is the card of spying, silent observation, looking at other people and saying, I like what they're doing. How do I do that too? So take that how it makes sense. There's definitely something you're going to be working, something new that you're going to be trying to get closer to at the end of the month. All right, let's look at our secret twist card. Bam, 3 of Cups. Okay, so that tells me that this intuitive situation, the choices, this over having too much or whatever, you might be able to find the solution through a friend. You might be able to, kind of like chat it up with a group of friends, and they'll help you narrow down those decisions. Because the 3 of Cups is the party card. But you're not partying alone. There's always other people involved with this. So take that how it resonates. I'm going to pull a few more cards for you. We're going to do 2 from the Citadel Oracle. Any clarification you can give us would be good. Okay, so we got the Sleeper, cause and effect and clarity, and that reminds me of both the High Priestess card and the Moon card. Like it's so obvious that your spidey senses are tingling about something. And then the Alchemist, balance, invention, destruction. This reminds me of the Death card or the Wheel of Fortune, the cycles of life. You have to get rid of old stuff in order to make room for new stuff. And right now, if you have a lot of good options that look good, you're going to find out that some of them are not what you think. Those options will be narrowed down for you. And the cream will rise to the top. One more card for Sagittarius. Salt. What requires your protection? So if I'm looking at this card, this section here, where this is what surrounds you, a lot of powerful people, but the potential to get poked, I think that's what that is about. Keep the things that are very important to you close. Keep your friends close, but your enemies even closer. Sagittarius, I hope you were able to pull some sort of sense from this reading. If it got weird, if you know exactly what this is talking about, I would love to hear about it in the comments. You don't need to give me your life story. I just want to know if this is actually connecting with people. Yeah. If you like the style of reading, and if you want to see this show up on your feed again, I remind you to subscribe and like. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you will come back.